vise stand. I actually just built this one for my dad. That's his 6-inch Harbor Freight vise. I think it's a Central Forge brand from Harbor Freight. But basically, we just used a semi wheel, used some plate, some 4-inch pipe, and another plate. But I'll detail that. We're actually about to cut mine out. I picked up this Wilton vise off the Facebook Marketplace for, I think 60 bucks is what we paid for it, which is a steal of a deal. But actually right now I'm just tracing the mounting plate, just running the plasma around it, and I'll cut the holes for it. Once we get that done, I'll kind of show you where we're at. I didn't record any of this one, but I'll record making mine. All we're gonna do is lay the plate on top, stitch weld it all around, cut the pipe, level it up, weld it. Might actually put the mounting plate on this time, or put it on first this time, then weld it. It was a little hard welding upside down. I'm not the best welder, but I can make it stick. All right, guys, we got the plate cut out. We got our holes marked. We're about to plasma the holes out as well. And then we'll get to cutting all our other metal, getting it welded to the rim, and we'll follow along from there. Guys, we got the paint ground off. We're about to start welding. I'm just gonna do a stitch weld in between each like lug nut hole. And hopefully I can make it stick. But we'll be using a MIG welder, it'll be a Miller. I'm just gonna stitch weld around each corner, or around each hole. So I'll get that done and we'll come back. Plate welded on. Like I said, I just did like little 2.5-inch stitch welds all the way around it. Not the best, I've seen worse. Well, next I'm gonna get the center ground down. We'll get it's a 4-inch piece of pipe we're gonna get cut. I think we gotta cut it roughly 22 inches. And then we'll get it on there, get it level. We'll actually get that on the ground so we can get that pipe leveled for sure. Get it tacked in there level. Probably throw it back up here just so it's a little easier to weld. And then we'll actually, before we get it tacked on here, we're gonna weld the mounting plate onto it first, so it's a little easier to deal with. But once we get that done, we'll be ready to weld it onto here. Got the mounting plate fully welded on, and I ground down the sides, just smooth them up a little bit from what the plasma didn't get. Holes are a little big, but that's what washers are for. I'm not perfect, so I'm about to go grab some bolts and we'll get this bolted on. Okay guys, here's the finished product. Just a quick, easy way to make a decent stand that's heavy enough you can still use the vise for what it's intended for, but it's also, you can tilt it on its side, roll it around to where you need it if you need to move it. This vise was a steal, and it should last me the rest of my life. So, and probably my kids' life as well. This one, I think they're actually not made in the USA anymore, but don't quote me on that. This is actually like a 10-year-old vise. It was just new in the box. The guy got it up, I guess he just never used it, and my old man went and picked it up for me. And then he's just got this 6-inch Harbor Freight vise. But actually came in handy whenever I was building that other one. So, but should be good enough for what he needs. His is a little bit lighter duty. His wheel ain't as heavy as mine, but shouldn't matter. Use grade 8 hardware to bolt it to the stand. Weld should hold up to whatever we're gonna put it through. They're not the best, but like I said, we're not gonna be beating on these things with a sledgehammer or nothing. But that's what the finished product turned out to be.